Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, May 27th. I'm Stephanie Haney here with your 3 News Now early update with the top headlines from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Each morning, we start off with the most up-to-date numbers from the Ohio Department of Health. Those come in each day at 2 p.m., so we have the numbers for you yesterday from Tuesday at 2 p.m. from the Ohio Department of Health concerning how COVID-19 is looking here in the state of Ohio. Yesterday, we did hit a grim milestone where more than 2,000 people have now died related to COVID-19 here in Ohio. We'll break down the rest of those numbers for you now. Comparing the changes in COVID-19 numbers from Monday to Tuesday, new cases and new deaths were slightly down from the previous day. And the reason we look at that is because we're looking for a downward trend. And health experts have defined that as 14 days of consistent drops in the new daily reported numbers of cases and deaths, hospitalizations, and ICU admissions. So that's what we're looking for, and that's why we track these numbers every single day. Right now, dating all the way back to March 9th, the total number of COVID-19 cases reported in the state of Ohio is now at 33,006. Yesterday, we saw 529 new cases reported. That's down from Monday when we saw 566 new cases reported. Now, prior to Monday, we had seen several days in a row where the number of new daily reported cases had dropped, but with Monday, we saw a spike back up. So as of yesterday, there was just one day of a decrease in the number of new daily reported cases. In terms of the number of deaths, we are now at 2,002 deaths related to COVID-19 here in the state of Ohio. Again, this is based on that expanded CDC definition, so that includes not only positive cases that have been confirmed with a test, but also probable cases where a test has not been deemed necessary for whatever reason, whether it wouldn't have changed the treatment protocol or a test just simply wasn't available for that individual. So on Monday, we saw 15 new deaths reported. On Tuesday, we saw 15 new deaths reported. That's down from Monday when we saw 18 new deaths reported, which was a jump up from Sunday. So again, we're in the same situation there, just one day of seeing a decrease in the number of new daily deaths reported of COVID-19 here in Ohio. Looking at the number of hospitalizations, yesterday we saw 68 new hospitalizations. That's up from what we saw Monday, which was 35 new hospitalizations. And we also saw 7 new ICU admissions yesterday, which is up from what we saw Monday of 5 new ICU admissions. Taking a look at what's happening nationally, protests have erupted in Minneapolis over the death of George Floyd, a black man who died after an interaction with police that does not look very good on video. On Monday, video showed Floyd, who is a black man, being arrested by multiple police officers, and one of those officers had his knee on Floyd's neck positioned there, and you can hear Floyd in the video saying, "Please, I can't breathe," repeatedly. However, an officer continued to apply pressure to his neck. Floyd eventually lost consciousness and was later pronounced dead. 4 of the officers who were involved in that incident have now been fired, and the case has caught the attention of the FBI and prompted Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden to tweet calling for justice. Demonstrators in the streets of Minneapolis blocked off several city streets on Tuesday afternoon before marching to the Minneapolis Police Department's 3rd precinct, where officers in riot gear deployed tear gas and sent crowds scrambling into the rain. Throughout Tuesday morning and early afternoon, activists, neighborhood groups, and community organizers created memorials at the 38th and Chicago intersection in Minneapolis and drew messages such as "No justice, no peace," RIP, and "Remember his name." Now, the mayor of Minneapolis himself said that he has seen the video. He doesn't care what the investigation shows because he can see in the video clearly that what happened was wrong. LeBron James here in Northeast Ohio is one of the people who is now calling attention to the death of George Floyd, and he posted a video on Instagram, or a picture on Instagram, It's a collage of the image of Floyd on the ground with the police officer's knee on his neck next to an image of former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem. Kaepernick, of course, got a lot of attention for protesting police brutality, and he was doing that by kneeling during the national anthem during the 2016 NFL season. And then after that, he went unsigned. Many people debating his talents as a quarterback, but a lot of people saying that he went unsigned because he was calling attention to social injustice. Kaepernick did later reach a multi-million-dollar settlement with the NFL after filing a grievance claiming the league colluded to keep him out of the league. But he has remained unsigned since the 2016 season, though he did stay on as a Nike athlete. And on the image that LeBron James posted, it says, "Do you understand now?" And on the caption of the post, he wrote, "Or is it still blurred to you? Hashtag stay woke." Earlier this month, LeBron James also spoke out about the killing of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery, a black man who was shot and killed after being confronted by two white men in Georgia in February, with the conversation there being around the fact that he was killed for being out jogging and exercising. There have been arrests in that case, but it took quite some time for those arrests to be made, and the arrests were not made until that video was made public. Here in Northeast Ohio, some sad news for downtown residents who have loved XO Prime Steakhouse. It will be closing permanently. The restaurant has been a fixture downtown Cleveland for nearly 20 years. The business said in a post on Instagram, the COVID health crisis created current conditions that made it impossible to continue operations for us. It's very emotional knowing how much blood, sweat, and tears my staff and I put in over the last 17 years to put out the best product possible for our guests. The post also went on to thank guests and the community for unwavering support over the years and teased that there is better news in the future. So we're not exactly sure what that means. Maybe there will be a new location for XO Steakhouse, but we will definitely be paying attention to that, and we'll let you know that news as soon as we have it on WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Today, round 2, SpaceX and NASA are hoping to make a historic launch today. It's been 9 years since an American has been sent into orbit from a U.S. launch post, and it's never happened on a private rocket. But that is hopefully about to change today. Veteran NASA astronauts Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken are sent to make history. They'll be riding, if the weather cooperates, SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon capsule to the International Space Station. That'll be on a test flight today. So SpaceX would then become the first private company to put astronauts in orbit here in the U.S., something else that's been achieved by just 3 countries, Russia and here in the U.S., we've only Russia, the U.S., and China have put people at the International Space Station. So this will be the first time that it's happened by a private company. So President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence are expected to be there when the rocket takes off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. That's supposed to happen today at 4:33 p.m. Eastern, and then they are expected to dock at the International Space Station. So SpaceX has previously sent cargo to the space station, but never a human being. The conversation of safety has been at the foremost this entire time, with everyone at SpaceX saying that it is their highest priority, checking in with the astronauts, saying if there's any reason that they're not comfortable with the launch to let them know and they will scrap it. It was supposed to launch yesterday, but there were weather concerns, so if the weather cooperates today, we expect that to happen today, and we'll be paying attention to that. Some good news for a 10-year-old Willoughby girl. Her dream has been made to come true by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We're talking about Ava OKeefe here of Willoughby. There was also a drive-by parade on Tuesday that included fire trucks, police cars, family, friends, and strangers who just wanted to cruise past her house to honor the little girl in celebration of her life. That's what her mom, Julie OKeefe, said. So Julie OKeefe, the mother, said it's been a tough couple of years because Ava was diagnosed with leukemia at just 6 years old. She's 10 years now. So she's been in remission for 18 months, this student of Royal View Elementary School. And now Make-A-Wish Foundation has granted her wish of a bedroom makeover. So the redesigned space is now pink and gray, and it's a sanctuary that's completely dedicated to Ava. She's absolutely loving it. Tim O'Keefe, Ava's dad, says it's now the best room in the house. So I bet you everybody is bugging Ava to get some time in her little sanctuary. It's a family of 7, so you know that there's probably lots of people buzzing around there all the time, popping in, very excited about the new room for Ava. And now the family of 7 has said that their favorite part of the day was seeing everyone show up to give their love and support to Ava. And there was also a special visitor for her that she could not wait to see, her 11-year-old friend, Danny Gary, who she has known all of her life. Danny even asked Ava to marry him after the parade. Ava, playing it cool, did not give him an answer right away, but she has plenty of time to think about it. Congratulations to Ava. We hope that you enjoy your new room. Thank you to the Make-A-Wish Foundation and all of the people who showed up in Willoughby to make her day and celebrate her on Tuesday. We've got that story on WKYC.com and our WKYC app, so you can check that out. That's been your 3 News Now early update for Wednesday, May 27th. We'll be back here at 2 p.m. as soon as we get those new numbers in from the Ohio Department of Health, and I will see you then. Have a great rest of your morning and early afternoon. I'm Stephanie Haney.